Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, California Weather Watch. Today is April 9th. Happy Easter out there to everybody. Taking a look at the infrared satellite imagery, and you can see this atmospheric river impacting the Pacific Northwest, maybe just clipping extreme northern California. Pretty nice day across the region here coming up. As we start to warm up a bit here, watch out for that flooding starting to occur here. It's already ongoing, but depending on how fast we melt the snowpack, we could be looking at some pretty excessive flooding coming up here. And that's kind of what everybody wants to know. When is that big snowpack going to start to melt here? We'll try to look at the extended forecast here and try to decipher some signals off into the extended on the weather models coming up. This is looking at some of the forecast highs for Sacramento, California, National Weather Service. Some nice warm temperatures out there. Being up here in Seattle today, I would take any one of these out here. Looks quite nice. This is for the National Weather Service Hanford out there. You got their Easter bunny on the National Weather Service page here, but you can see some nice comfortable temperatures out there as well. You got this for National Weather Service Las Vegas. I got some of these warm temperatures. Las Vegas hitting 84 today, Lake Havasu at 91. This is San Diego, California. Some nice temperatures coming in today as well, especially the desert areas working up into the 90s. A little bit cooler, of course, along the coastline, as always, hanging out in the 60s and upper 60s. This is looking at some of the flood watch, even across some of Nevada out here. There's some decent snowpack across the higher terrain. So watch out for those, that excessive rainfall, rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying flood prone locations there. So watch out there. This really goes for many areas in California as well. This is the 5-day outlook for Phoenix, Arizona. Check out the warm-up coming up here, almost 100 degrees there. Forecast there for Tuesday before that upper-level trough tries to make its way down in towards the area here on in through midweek. We'll look at that here in a moment. This is looking at National Weather Service, Las Vegas, Nevada, and just talking about as the water warms up here, you have this creeks and streams start to flow a little bit higher there, and that's going to continue on for the next few weeks. So watch out if you're out there trying to camp at some of the campgrounds as well, trailheads and whatnot. This is looking up towards 18,000 feet. Here we have Alaska, Washington, California. You see the trough directing that atmospheric river into the Pacific Northwest. Bit of a warm up here across California. Upper level trough tries to move down. It's backing off a little bit on how much it's going to affect California. Really moving over the Intermountain West a little bit more here. Build another ridge as we go towards next weekend across the area. And then the European wants to drop a pretty chilly upper level trough down across some of the Great Basin here. So this is what we're watching off through the extended. So we're going to kind of going through this period of warm up, cool down, which is good so far. We don't want to warm things up too quickly with that extreme amount of moisture we have up across the higher terrain. This is looking at total precipitation over the next 10 days, and I'm just going to fly through this because there is not much to talk about across the state of California except for extreme northern California, and even those amounts are not very heavy here. And then you can see a little bit of something showing up here as we go on in through the next following week here. But, we're just talking about light precipitation amounts here. I'll go all the way out to 10 days, and you'll see clearly here a lot of the state not getting much in the way of precipitation coming up. But this can change rapidly. We'll watch this and see how this trends. Now looking at 850 millibars, somewhere up towards 5,000 feet, atmospheric river into the Pacific Northwest, shown by that tongue of warm air here. And we get the warmer temperatures down here across California. This upper level trough starts to move down over the region here. It's actually backed off on how much it's going to cool down across some of the state here coming up. This would be about Friday night through this coming week shown. Now, this is looking at cross-section here, so you can see there will be some melting going on. This is looking at Truckee Tahoe Airport up towards 5,900 feet, and you can see the freezing level is pretty high here, so we are going to be doing some melting here over the next few days. This is Mammoth up towards 7,100 feet there as well, and we are really nowhere near that freezing level out there. This is Big Bear City Airport, and again, with the melting, the cross-section here at 6,700 feet across Southern California. And here we go, statewide summary, 95 stations reporting. We're still at that 61.7 inches up there, 240% of normal. And again, the Southern Sierra is where it's really abnormally high, 306%, 243 for the Central, and 203% for the Northern Sierra. So we have not started to really in earnest melt that big snowpack across some of the higher terrain. So the potential for flooding is still very strong here as we go through the next few weeks. something to watch. The reservoirs are doing great, though. I mean, they've got them really filled up here. Look at Shasta, 87% of its capacity right now. Pretty impressive. Almost every single reservoir is at or above its historical average as well. And if you want a good little handheld weather station here, it hooks up wirelessly to your smartphone. I highly recommend this one. Does temperature, dew point, pressure, wind speed, of course. So yeah, click on that link below if you want to save 10% on that. And this is a very affordable option for your home weather station here. It is matching up quite well with some much more expensive weather equipment that I've been testing it against. It's all solar powered here. It's all wireless. It stores all the data on the cloud for you. So yeah, there. Oh, one more thing here. Let's go over this. So this is the most recent European El Nino forecast. And we are here at the neutral portions here. And look at this. Look at this forecast. This is going towards strong El Nino territory, and this has been trending upwards in most recent forecasts here. So you guys know what strong El Ninos can mean for California. Potentially very rainy, next fall and winter and on in through early spring coming up here. We'll see how that trends, and it's not a slam dunk for heavy rains across the state of California or above average rains, but it is a pretty good indicator here. I did an educational video. It's in my educational playlist here if you want to take a look at some of that data. And the most recent strong El Nino did not bring above normal precipitation for the state of California. It targeted a little bit further north up into the Pacific Northwest. But the two previous very strong El Ninos before that brought some pretty extreme rainfall across the state of California. So this is definitely something to watch for the state of California. We'll monitor this and see how this forecast trends over the next few months as well. And of course, we'll go over some of those effects again as we go in the day-by-day forecasts. But anyway, yeah, Pacific Northwest getting hammered with an atmospheric river here, kind of leaving California in the nice wake of that. Some pretty nice weather. But we're going to start melting that snowpack here. And then looking on into the extended, you saw we're going to have a potential trough and then maybe another warm up and then maybe another trough after that. So we're not looking at any huge warm up just yet, which is a good thing. And we don't have any precipitation coming. The last thing we want to see at this time of year with all that snowpack up there is a very warm atmospheric river, some kind of rare scenario where we got a very strong storm in a warm atmospheric river just dumping big amounts of precipitation and melting that snowpack would be catastrophic for some areas across the state. So that is a good thing that we do not see anything like that on the horizon as of right now. So anyway, yeah, click like and subscribe, get the word out here. We'll try to reach as many people across the West Coast as we can and give them heads up on what's coming weather-wise. Hope you guys are liking the videos. We'll do this again tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys then.